Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is your weekly reading and it's for Scorpio. And the deck I'm going to be using is the Fountain Tarot. That's the guidebook. And this is the box for the deck, the Fountain Tarot. And so let's shuffle up the cards. The cards may show up a little bit washed out because the color that the artist has used in this deck, they're very subtle in some of the cards. So if it looks a bit washed out, like there's not a whole lot I can do about it basically. But I actually think now, because it is looking slightly darker in here than when I started making the other videos, and to be honest, this darker light is picking up the cards better. So that's good. So we're gonna just be shuffling the cards and see what is showing up for you for next week, Scorpio. Okay, for next week, you have the Eight of Coins. Eight of Coins. I love this interpretation of the Eight of Coins. I don't know why, there's something about that image. It's like, it's one of my favorite depictions of that card. And the King of Coins. Really interesting, Scorpio. And you have the Judgment card. All right. So you're very hands-on, very practical this week. You are about your work this week. You're about your work. You're about your money. That's what you're about. And these are very like this person looks like a craftsman. And so I feel like it's a very creative energy and very hands-on, like doing physical work. So even if, let's say, you're maybe more used to doing in your day-to-day job like paperwork, I kind of feel like you're either going to be fixing something around the home, or maybe you have like some kind of hobby making things. But I kind of get this sense of really doing stuff with your hands, being very practical and very just very hands-on with what you're doing. And so and that's a really good vibe. I feel like this is going to be really good for you. Your cards are very green as well, so something about this is going to be entertaining to you or going to be good for you. So maybe you're the kind of person that you've always been a bit crafty, like with your hands, that you've been good at doing these kind of making things, designing things, getting like, even when you look at this could be like even building furniture and stuff like that. So I think stuff like that can be really good for you, because I think that to a certain extent it can be really relaxing and a bit calming sometimes to work with your hands and do like create something. So that's really good. The Eight of Coins is also about when you're kind of learning something and trying to master something, so you're trying like again and again and again to get it right, to get it perfect. And so that's what you might be doing as well. And again, this could apply to a hobby that you're doing. It could apply to your work as well. Maybe you've been given the opportunity to do something in your job and you're trying to get it perfect, like the perfectionist in you is coming out. Scorpio, it's almost like you're going to be that person that, like, this is sometimes something that I do as well. Like the other day when I was at work, I was like fixing stuff, and then I'll look at it and then I'll be like, oh, but that could be like this, maybe this could be there. And it's like, I'm the kind of person, when I start down that road, like I could be there for ages just switching and changing things, and to other people they don't really see like what's wrong with it. But I don't know. Sometimes I just get into that frame of things. I'm not always like that, but sometimes it takes over me at times. So I think that this could be you, like that kind of thing. So if you're having any kind of home renovations or something going on, I kind of feel that if you have somebody else coming in doing the work, you probably might be a pest to them, because I think you probably over their shoulder, like making sure they do this and they do that and they do this, and it turns out like exactly how you want it to be. But the good thing about this card as well is that by the end of it, it's like, especially if you're the one making or creating something, you do end up like perfecting your skill and your craft. So that's really good. Or if you have to create something in that is like, you have to create multiple versions of the same thing, it ends up coming out looking like exactly the same or being like, really good. to distribute to other people and stuff like that. So it's about taking pride in your work and pride in your achievements. So that's good. The King of Coins again is saying that these things that you are creating and doing can be profitable at this time, or you may be really thinking about how you can profit from maybe your creations if you've never sold them before. You might be thinking, maybe I could get into something where, I am doing that kind of more hands-on work, and or again, it could be even a side gig, like for, alongside your ordinary job or whatever. You could be saying, okay, how can I sell these products? Like, how can I do this or do that? Maybe earn some money on the side or whatever else. So it's like your mind is in that frame of, for one, like perfection, you mastering a craft, but mastering it so well to the point that you sell what you're creating, and not only do you sell it, but you are confident that you're saying something of quality and of value and of purpose to other people. Because like I was mentioning to you before and kept on saying, like, practical, that's kind of what these coins energy represent, is creating something that can be practical for, like, somebody. Let me start again. Creating something that another person can use in a practical way. So it's not something that is just a luxury item. It's almost creating something that has some kind of necessity to somebody else. So in that sense, I think that that's always going to be a good thing. The Judgment, in the end, is kind of saying that you're going to make a final decision about your endeavors. So if you've been thinking about this sort of idea and stuff, like maybe you're going to pursue it, maybe you're going to do it, and you're already starting to put things, start things off and do everything, create everything. The Judgment card is saying, like, this is the time when you're going to finally say, yes, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pursue this. I'm going to do this. Or it could be a case of maybe you see if people are interested, you start selling like a few stuff, and then you see people are interested, and then you're like, yeah, like, I can turn this into a business. I can turn this into something bigger. Like, Judgment could be that as well. But whatever it is, it's really positive, because as you can see, like, her arms are like up in the air. I don't know if you can see it properly, because like I said, the artwork is very subtle in this deck, but it's like it's showing, Judgment always reflects like a new age. It's like, okay, this situation has come to a close, and then it can be the birth of something new. So that's what I'm saying, like, this could be the birth of a new business. This could be a birth of maybe you going through a transition of maybe even leaving a job that you do day to day to go into and do maybe work for yourself, or do something in a completely different profession. So it could be showing up that way as well. But I think what the energies that I get from you guys is that you're really going to be focused on the money. It's like you almost have this kind of earth energy really going on for you. And obviously earth energy is very grounded, and so this is a time where you're really going to be thinking about how you can stabilize finances, how you can stabilize money, how you can stabilize your current living situation. So this is a time where, again, you want to ground things. You want things to sort of be solid and steady for you, and stable. So yes, that's kind of what I'm sensing for your cards, Scorpio. But peace and many blessings to you. Have a great week. I'll see you. Bye.